Pre-statistics. Part 2. Comparing expressions and equations. We'll begin with example 5. Simplify 1/4 x plus 2/3 x. Number 2. Solve the equation 1/4 x plus 2/3 x equals 7/12. Number 3. Compare the first steps of your work in problems 1 and 2. So number 1, we have 1/4 x plus 2/3 x. These are like terms, so we can combine them. So to simplify this, we're going to add these two fractions. Now if you recall, if you're going to add fractions, you have to find what's the least common multiple for your denominators. So the least common multiple for 3 and 4 is 12. What we have to do is we have to take each fraction and we have to make a equivalent fraction where the denominator is the same value, 12. Okay, to change 1/4 into some number over 12, well, we have to say, okay, what do we multiply by 4 to get 12? Well, that's 3. But if I multiply the denominator by 3, I also have to multiply the numerator by 3. Now 3 over 3 is the same thing as 1, so I'm not changing this fraction. If you have a fraction, you multiply it by 1, you don't change the value. But it is going to look different. So the numerator here is 3 times 1, which is 3. So 1/4 is the equivalent to 3/12. For this fraction, what number do I need to multiply by 3 to make it 12? Well, that's 4. But if I multiply the bottom by 4, the denominator, I have to multiply the numerator by 4 too. And again, 4 over 4 is the same thing as 1. This fraction will be equivalent to this fraction, but it will have 12 as the denominator. So our new numerator is going to be 4 times 2, which is 8. Now that we have common denominators, we can simplify the expression. So 1/4 x plus 2/3 x is equivalent to 3/12 x plus 8/12 x, which when we're adding, denominator stays the same, 12. 3 plus 8 is 11. And then we carry over our x. 1/4 x plus 2/3 x simplified is 11/12 x. To verify this by using the graphing calculator, we enter the fraction 1/4. Then we want to add 2/3. We hit enter. We want to change this back to a fraction. So you hit your math key, then enter, enter again, and we see that the answer is 11/12. So number 2, we have the equation 1/4 x plus 2/3 x equals 7/12. So we could do like we did with the expression, add these two fractions up, and then we would get 11/12 x equals 7/12, and then we could divide by 11/12, and we would get x is equal to 7/12 divided by 11/12, which this turns out to be 7/11. But because this is a equation. One trick to solving equations that involve fractions is to multiply everything by the least common multiple. And if we do that, we eliminate all the fractions. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to say the least common multiple for 4, 3, and 12 is 12. So if we multiply every single term by 12, we can eliminate the fractions. So we have 12 times 1/4 x plus 12 times 2/3 x. And of course we have 12 times 7/12. Okay, this is going to be 12 times 1/4, which of course is 3x, plus, okay, this is going to be 24/3, which is 8. So this becomes 8x, and then these 12s cancel, and we're left with 7. This becomes 11x equals 7, and then x is 7 divided by 11, which is the same answer as we got over here. In simplifying an expression, the only number by which we can multiply the expression or part of it is 1. And solving an equation, we can multiply both sides of an equation by any number except 0. So this is one way that expressions differ from equations. Example 6. A Celsius temperature reading is equal to 5/9 times the difference of the Fahrenheit temperature reading and 32. Number 1. Write a formula Celsius temperature in terms of the Fahrenheit temperature. Number 2. Convert 50 degrees Fahrenheit to the equivalent Celsius temperature. Number 3. Use a graphing calculator to convert 50 degrees, 59 degrees, 68 degrees, 77 degrees, and 86 degrees Fahrenheit to the equivalent Celsius temperatures. So the first thing we want to do is label our variables. C is the Celsius reading, F will be the Fahrenheit reading. Now we translate this information into a formula. A Celsius reading is denoted C, is equal to, means equals, 5/9 times, which means multiplication, the difference of Fahrenheit reading and 32. Difference means we subtract, so that is the quantity F minus 32. So we have our equation. C equals 5/9 times the quantity F minus 32. Number 2, we substitute 50 for F into our formula and solve for C. We do parentheses first, so this is 18. 18 times 5/9 is 10. So 10 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 3, if we put this expression into our y equals 5/9 times x minus 32, and using the table feature, we can see the values of the corresponding temperatures. So x would be our Fahrenheit, and then y1 would be our corresponding values of C. Thanks for watching.